Hello everyone, I am Dr. Kunal Vijay, your ACCA mentor. We are discussing job, batch and service costing of management accounting. In the previous parts, we have discussed how to calculate job costing and how to calculate per unit cost in the job costing and what is batch costing, what is the difference between job and batch costing, and how to calculate per unit cost in the batch costing. In this part, we are going to discuss service costing. So let's get started. So what is service costing? What are the services? So the characteristics of the services can be understood by a abbreviation, that is SHIP. Okay, SHIP means the first S is related to the simultaneity. Okay, it means that there are different types of services we are providing at a particular time. Heterogeneity means there are different kind of things. Okay, so there is no similar kind of services. Intangibility, it means that it is not visible, it is not touchable. And the perishability, so perishability, it means that service can be, we can say that it cannot be used for future. So simultaneity means the service provider cannot be separated from the services. Okay, this characteristic is also known as inseparability. Okay, so a person is providing different kind of services. Okay, the lawyer cannot be separated from the services they are providing. Heterogeneity, each instance of a service is unique. Okay, the characteristic is also known as inconsistency or variability. Okay, each type of service is different from the previous service. Intangibility means service is not tangible, you cannot see them, you cannot touch them. Perishability, services cannot be stored for future use. Okay, if service is done, then it is done. After that, another service is going to be provided. Okay, services usually also have the following characteristics, again as illustrated with an example. Like involvement, the customer is involved in the service delivery. The client is vital to legal case, it wouldn't exist without them. Okay, so involvement is always there. So customer and the, we can say that provider, service providers is always involved. And no transfer of ownership, service cannot be sold to a third party. If the service is given by a lawyer to a customer, then customer cannot transfer this service to any other person. The service is ended by providing lawyer to the customer, and after that it cannot be transferred to any other person. So the lawyer service for executing a legal case cannot be sold to a third party. Examples of the service providers are like accounting firms, banks, dentists, university, lawyers, doctors, chartered accountants. So these are the service providers. Example is, classify the items below as either goods or services. Shampoo is a good and it can be sold to a person, and customer can also sold it further. Okay, so it is transferable. Pillow is also a good. Haircut is a service. Okay, haircut is a service which is provided. Stay at hotel, it is also a service. Hotel is a good, but staying at hotel is a service. Childcare is a service. Bicycle is a good. Okay, theater performance is a service. Bus journey is a service. Textbook is a good, and language class is a service. So this is how we can divide it between goods and services, and it is very easy to understand for you as well. Service organizations and internal services. Service organization are companies and non-profit organization which sell or provide services to the customers. However, services are also provided within service organization and those selling goods. These are service departments and cost centers for the organization. For example, maintenance services provided within the organization, library services provided by the university, canteens services are provided by the factories to the laborers, to the workers. Okay, so these are the services can be provided by the organization within the organization. Okay, if production is department is there, production 1 department, production 2 department, but there is also maintenance department, canteen is also there. So these are known as service department and these are known as production department. These we have already studied in the previous chapter as well. Okay, in the overhead chapter we have studied that there are multiple centers like production centers, service centers. Okay, these services are known as internal services. Okay, next, proliferation of service organization. Our next topic is proliferation of service organization. Okay, economies develop, there is a trend towards higher number of services organization rather than manufacturing organization. So in the current situation there are more service industry as compared to the production industry. Okay, service industries are higher, so service providing firms, industry, we can say that organizations are in a large number. Therefore knowledge and understanding of service costing will be critical to a management accountant's work. Okay, so it is also important to understand the service costing, how to calculate it. Okay, this is for the accounting firm as well. Problem is service costing. So costing of service may be challenging due to their nature. Challenge, what are the challenges? Difficult to identify a cost unit to which costs are allocated. Okay, for example, a court case often involves multiple activities like client interaction, paperwork, cost appearance, and may be performed by various staff. It is not easy to meaningfully allocate cost and price the service. Okay, so it is difficult to measure the total cost in the services. Next one is indirect costs are often more significant percentage of a service cost than a physical product. This makes a meaningful and fair allocation of shared cost necessary. So in the service cost there are many common costs are involved. That is why indirect cost is more in the services part as compared to the direct cost. The number of inputs for each cost may be unique. Okay, so first service is different from the another service. Okay, so there may be different cost and there may be different cost. Okay, service cost units, simple cost units. Services is homogeneous and provided to one customer at a time. So example, haircut, gigabytes of mobile data, car wash session and subscription fee. So these are the services where homogeneous services are being provided. Okay, whereas composite cost unit where services function of a two variable. Okay, like hotel room night. So hotel room is provided, after that food, or we can say that hospitality is also provided. Hospital bed night, charge out rates for different staff levels. Okay, for example associate hour for partner hours. Okay, so these are the composite cost unit where we can say that goods and services both are being provided and multi types of services are provided. Next one is complex services by job or engagement. Service is unique, personalized and complex with many cost elements. It may also include both simple and composite cost unit. So this is the combination of both. We can also understand it with an example. So select the most appropriate cost unit for the organization. Options are bed day, student semester and passengers kilometer. For a school, so school for that students. Okay, it is simple. For hospital, bed per day. Okay, and for bus services, passengers per kilometer. Okay, so this is the composite cost unit for different types of services. Okay, so these are the different examples. You can read it and you can go through them. Okay, these are very easy to understand. Now, service cost card. How to calculate total cost in the services. A service cost card would be like a job cost card and each cost element separately identified. Like if direct materials, direct labor, direct expenses are given, in the total of that will be considered as direct cost, or we can say that prime cost. In the previous part, production overheads were written, and here we will write down service overhead, which is related to the services, hospital, rent, cleaning and all. Okay, for that hospital industry. Okay, so these will be added. So total service cost will be calculated. In the job cost or batch cost, we were calculating total production cost. Here we are calculating total service cost. Okay, in that non-service cost, or we can say other expenses are being added like administration overhead. So it is the total cost of service. So this is how you can calculate cost of service. Now if you want to calculate total cost per service unit, then the following formula is used to calculate the cost per unit. So if we want to calculate total cost per service unit, then we can use the formula, that is total service cost, that we have calculated with the above table, and divided by the services we have provided. Okay, a number of services which are given to the different customer. So these are the services. So total service cost divided by the number of services which are being provided to the different customers. From that we can calculate each service cost. Okay, this is how you can easily calculate. Labor cost in services is usually higher than the material, because it is all about the service there, where material cost is very less and labor cost is higher. And following are the examples of how to approach calculating the total cost of a night stay at a hotel. The composite cost unit occupied room night is used.